What if I told you that there's a way to date anyone you would like, anywhere you would like? Well, Tinder has that answer with their Passport feature. Hey, welcome to Online for Love, your #1 resource for dating by the numbers. Today we're going to be going over an online dating app called Tinder, but more specifically, its Passport feature and everything that you can do with it. But before we get into that, I did need to tell you guys about our Tinder 101 hub. It consists of 70 plus articles that cover Tinder, how it works, and how to be successful at getting matches and dates. Along with all that information, there is also a free Tinder opening line formula for you to check out as well. Using the Tinder opening line formula, we've discovered that users have received 3 times the response rate that they had before. This formula is indispensable for any guy using Tinder. Pick up your copy as soon as possible to maximize your chances of success, not only on Tinder, but on any online dating website. You can find all this information down below in our description, and that includes our Tinder 101 hub, our online dating website quiz, our opening line formula, and more. So in order to make this video a bit easier to comprehend, I've broken it down into these 5 sections. The first of which is what is Tinder Passport, the walkthrough, the best places to go, the benefits of the Passport feature, and is there a language barrier? So without further ado, let's get into number 1 on this list, which is what is Tinder Passport? Alrighty, well, I'm sure you already know all about Tinder, but just in case you're a viewer who doesn't, Tinder is a location-based dating app where you swipe left on somebody if you do not want to match with that person, and you swipe right with somebody if you do want to match with that person. And if 2 users swipe right on each other, then a match is made and you can communicate freely between each other. So Tinder is a unique dating app in the sense that you are going to find people who are looking for casual dates, but you are also going to find other people who are looking for more serious relationships. Now, Tinder is a free to use app. You can utilize the app for completely free, send messages between your matches, no problem. But in order for you to actually utilize all of its features, it does allow you to sign up for 3 different memberships. And you'll have to sign up for any of these 3 memberships in order to access the Passport feature. So what does this Passport feature actually do? Well, remember at the beginning of this when I said that this is a location-based dating app? Well, with the Passport feature, you can basically drop a pin anywhere in the entire world and start swiping on matches in that specific area. So you are no longer locked to your specific GPS location. You can travel around the world and try to make matches that way. So if you were ever interested in dating somebody from Barcelona, or somebody who is from Canada, or somebody who is from Germany, you can absolutely try and attempt to do that by utilizing their Passport feature. Now, I do want to mention again that in order to access this Passport feature, you do need to be signed up with at least the Plus membership on Tinder. You cannot access this feature utilizing the free version of Tinder. So this is going to move me onto number 2 on my list, but before I jumped into that, I did want to ask you guys to be sure you are hitting like and subscribe. Seriously, it really does help push our videos out so that more users can utilize this information from us here at Online for Love. We super duper appreciate it. So this is moving me onto number 2 on my list, which is the walkthrough of the Passport feature. So in order to actually access this Passport feature, like I said in the last section, you do need to sign up for at least the Plus membership. But once you do sign up for that Plus membership, you can then go to your settings and access the Passport feature from there, and you can then drop a pin anywhere in the world that you would like to actually visit and swipe on. It is really important though to be sure that you have actually updated your app to the most latest update, because if you haven't done that, you can face some problems in this process. So make sure your app is completely up to date. Now, you can manually type in a place that you would like to visit, or you can search around on a map and drop a pin where you would like. But do note that no matter where you drop a pin or where you're going to go, that you can only go to one place at a time, and wherever you have gone, your matches will only be able to access you for 24 hours. So let's just say that you decided to drop a pin in Quebec, Canada, and you decided to try and swipe on a few matches there. But then just 1 hour later, you were sick of Quebec, Canada, and you wanted to go all the way to Peru. So now that you've moved your location to Peru, those potential matches that you swiped on in Canada will only be able to see you for the next 24 hours, and then they will never see you again. Hence, to make these swipes really count, it is suggested that you stay in that area for at least a few days, because not everybody on Tinder is going to be swiping every single day within a 24-hour period. So this is going to move me onto number 3 on my list, but before we jump into that, I did want to mention to you guys again our Tinder 101 hub. Now this Tinder 101 hub is a hub of 70 plus articles that help you become an expert on Tinder. It is really vital information for anybody who is looking to get the best success out of the app. I highly suggest that, especially if you're having trouble on this app, to check this hub out, as it can help increase your chances of making matches and getting dates. So this is going to move me onto number 3 on my list, which is the best places to actually travel to utilizing the passport feature on Tinder. Now, Tinder is available in over 190 different countries, so it can be really difficult to narrow down where it is to find the best matches. But you will find that while playing around a little bit with this feature, that there are going to be places where there are very minimal amount of Tinder users, and there's going to be other places that have a ton of Tinder users and a ton of very attractive looking matches. So let's run down a quick list of the cities that are the best to visit while utilizing this feature, in my opinion. So number 1 on our list is Sao Paulo, Brazil. Brazil is an amazing country that can brag of all sorts of natural beauty, and this can be applied to any aspect of what makes Brazil, Brazil. Brazilians are well known for being some of the sexiest people on earth, so of course there's going to be tons of activity when it comes to dating apps here, and the same is to be said for Tinder. Second place I'd suggest is Madrid, Spain. Dating Spanish men and women comes with many perks, and now with the passport feature, you can swipe attractive Spanish people as long as you please. Madrid is a well-known tourist city as well, so it will likely be that users here will be open to dating foreigners. And hell, it's a destination that you can feasibly travel to. The next location is London, England. Seriously, Britain has a lot to offer in terms of international dating, and their men and women are easy to fall in love with. London is one of the most visited cities in the world, and many people, foreign or not, call it their home. Here you will find all walks of life, and it is certainly a fun spot to swipe because you'll never know who is coming up next. Next is Paris, France. The Eiffel Tower, the city lights, the capital of romance. Do you need any more convincing? Labeled as one of the most romantic cities on earth, finding matches here will sure be thrilling. Next on the list is Istanbul, Turkey. This is most likely among the most culturally diverse cities in the world. It is a city that brings Europe and Asia together and has so much beauty to offer. This natural beauty is equally shared with the landscapes and the people living in it as well. Istanbul should definitely be among your chosen locations, since you will be in for a completely different dating experience. Next is Buenos Aires, Argentina. Buenos Aires is definitely one of the most fascinating cities in the world. It is a Latin American city that never sleeps, and neither do their men or women. You can chat and seduce their men and women at any given time of the day after you activate the passport feature on Tinder. Next on the list is Mexico City, Mexico. Once you get there, you will never want to leave. And now with Tinder Passport, you will get a gist of how things are with these lovely people. You'll certainly meet plenty of sexy and interesting people who are traveling through Mexico City, and it's definitely not a place to pass up, that's for sure. And the last one on my list that I want to mention is Toronto, Canada. Seriously, if you want to meet some independent, sexy, educated women, Canada is your target. As for your male neighbors as well, men of Canada are typically full of understanding and are unburdened by the traditional male-female roles. Put Toronto on your Tinder map with Tinder Passport and enjoy a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And who knows, it's relatively close to the US if you are in the US, so you don't have to end with a virtual relationship only. So this is going to move me on to number 4 on my list, but before I jumped into that, I did want to mention our Tinder opening line formula. Using the Tinder opening line formula, we've discovered that users have received 3 times the response rate that they had before. This formula is indispensable for any guy using Tinder. Pick up your copy as soon as possible to maximize your chances of success for not only Tinder, but on any online dating website. So this is going to move me onto number 4 on my list, which is the benefits of the passport feature on Tinder. As you can probably see already, there are multiple different benefits that you can get from utilizing the passport feature. However, I do want to go over some things that you might not have thought about. The first thing I want to talk about is that you will be meeting other cultures through this Tinder app. Now for me, I am a well-traveled individual and I like seeing cultures from all over the world. And this is a really great way to kind of get a window into that, to see what kind of cultures are actually around the world. So I've used the passport feature and I've gone all the way to China. I've gone all the way to Australia, and I've gone all the way to Germany utilizing this passport feature. And it is fascinating to see the different types of photos that people take, the different types of descriptions that people will put, the different types of expectations that they think that they're going to get from this app. It really does give you a good idea as what the type of people from that country are like as far as it is with a dating app. Learning about different cultures is a really great thing, and if you do make matches on these websites, you can certainly learn about different dating expectations from different cultures, and I think that's actually a pretty neat and cool thing. Another benefit of utilizing the passport feature is that you can use it if you are planning to actually go and travel somewhere. So if you're going on vacation for a few weeks and you want to meet some people while you are there, you can utilize the passport feature in order to plan ahead. So you can try and meet up with some people who you've talked to for a few weeks on Tinder before you've actually gone to these vacations, and now you have somebody that you can vacation with. On top of that, it's not just anybody, it's somebody who's a local, so somebody who's going to know the best places to eat, the best things to do, and possibly the best people to date. Now, adding on to that benefit as well, the other benefit that I want to talk about is that you can make lifelong friends utilizing this. There has been a long history of people having pen pals who have written back and forth to each other from all corners of the world, and it's fascinating to see that we can do that so easily with the internet, and especially with this online dating app feature. It is important to note that Tinder isn't only for those who have hookups in mind, but also people who are looking for friends, albeit it is more rare in the US for that, but in other cultures it might not be. So this is going to move me into number 5 on my list, but before I jump into that, I did want to ask you guys to be sure you are hitting like and subscribe. Seriously, it really does help us out with our YouTube videos, and it pushes our videos out so that more users can utilize this information from us here at Online for Love. We super duper appreciate it. So this is going to move me onto number 5 on my list, which is there a language barrier? In other words, is not speaking the native language in a particular area going to be troublesome for you when you do try to communicate with particular matches? And the short answer is yes, it is going to be an issue, but the longer answer is that if you are an English speaker, English is becoming more and more the second language that most of the world is learning. If you are going to travel through Europe, you are more than likely going to find individuals who speak English, and that is going to be true when utilizing Tinder. However, if you are going into places that are in the middle of nowhere and there aren't any English speakers around, then of course you're going to have trouble communicating with matches while they are there. So if you are searching in these more well-traveled areas, you are going to be more likely to find other users who are English speakers. But if you are traveling to these areas utilizing this app with very few travelers that go through there, then it's probably going to be very difficult for you to find English speakers if there aren't already native speakers there. Of course, you can also utilize this app to try and find somebody who is bilingual, and you could try learning languages all around the world by speaking to people through this app. Now, this would be especially great if you, 1, really did have a drive to learn a language, but 2, were willing to do that in order to find a potential match. I think that would be pretty damn cool. However, note that that can be troublesome for a lot of people, and not everybody wants to be a teacher for a random person on the internet. So pretty much take this with a grain of salt. You can absolutely find success without a language barrier utilizing this app, but there are going to be particular areas where it will be difficult. But something that you can totally utilize that'll change your entire Tinder experience is the Tinder 101 Hub. The Tinder Hub consists of 70+ articles that cover Tinder, how it works, and how to be successful at getting matches and dates. Along with all that information, there is also a free Tinder opening line formula for you to check out as well. Using the Tinder opening line formula, we've discovered that users have received 3 times the response rate that they had before. This formula is indispensable for any guy using Tinder, so you should pick up your copy as soon as possible to maximize your chances of success, not only on Tinder, but on any online dating website. Check all this out in the description down below, where you can find our online dating app quiz, our Tinder 101 Hub, and our opening line formula, and more. So if you guys want to see some more information of us, I do suggest the videos popping up on the left and right here, and I do want to ask you guys one more time to be sure you are hitting like and subscribe. Seriously, super duper appreciate it. We'll catch you guys here next time on Online for Love. See ya!